Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
And now, who should be the next Han Solo?
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it wouldn't be the Kinky Tauntaun unless we talk some Star Wars stuff, right?
Well, there are apparently some actors who have been shortlisted for the role. Variety reports that these actors include Miles Teller from Whiplash, Ansel Elgort from Fault in Our Stars, Dave Franco from Neighbors, Scott Eastwood from Suicide Squad, Jack Reynor from Transformers 4, and Blake Jenner from Glee, Emory Cohen from Brooklyn, and Logan Lerman from Percy Jackson.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
Fuck that list.
It's I was very open-minded to several of these. I can tell you right away that Ansel Elgort is not the right guy for the job. He doesn't sound, I don't see him having the physicality of Harrison Ford besides the voice, the demeanor, the swagger, nothing. And then, of course, Miles Teller. I watched Whiplash, and I believe he's Mr. Fantastic in the latest incarnation of the Fantastic Four films. But he doesn't have it either. He definitely doesn't have the physicality. He doesn't look like he doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford.
He's kind of funny looking.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny looking to be a sex symbol.
He is. And so and of course Dave Franco. Did somebody throw that in there as a joke? Like that have to be a joke, right? For those who don't know, Dave Franco is in every James Franco movie, but like as a peripheral character or a sidekick. He has no leading man potential whatsoever. In fact, he pretty much plays the same character in every film that he's in. And I'm pretty sure that character is Dave Franco.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting any Harrison Ford vibes off that. So I think that I almost want to think that Disney was floating this out there as kind of like a joke. Like, let's just fuck with people right now because everybody's upset about David Bowie and Alan Rickman. Like maybe this will get people talking about something else. I don't know.
Well, what do you think about Scott Eastwood? I haven't seen Fury yet.
Scott Eastwood is not a quality actor.
His last name's Eastwood, basically.
Well, actually, for the rest of the guys on this list, I was actually very open-minded because I hadn't seen anything that they were in. And so I tracked down several YouTube clips, including Scott Eastwood. I've actually seen a couple Scott Eastwood movies. And, of course, he's on, I think, Hawaii Five-0, which I've seen like once or twice.
Oh, but, really? I haven't watched that.
Yeah. And I was still open-minded about him. But once I started going through these YouTube videos of all these guys, God damn, man.
Who's Jack Reynor?
Jack Reynor is in the
Reynor
most recent Transformers movie, which, like I said, I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
I've only, I refuse to watch, but, even on the YouTube videos, like, I would really have to see him in something else for him to give me any indication that he's right for the part. Emory Cohen's a no, and then Logan Lerman is definitely not. Blake Jenner is the one guy on the list who I thought might have the potential to do it. But
I actually think maybe Logan Lerman maybe pull it off.
A big maybe on that. So,
but definitely, like I said, fuck this list. We know better.
Fuck this list. I'm also wondering, like, is this just like if you look at the ages of each one of these actors, they don't match up either. So that tells us the script isn't anywhere close to being written yet. And it almost makes me think there's not even a treatment for it yet, because at least a treatment would give us an idea of age for what this actor needs to be. But there's nothing, because you have like Dave Franco's like fucking 32, and then you have like Ansel Elgort. Yeah. He's closer to our age than he is to some of these other guys' age, but they're like 19. I think Ansel Elgort's like 22 or something. Which, if they're casting a young Han Solo, we have to figure that in A New Hope, Han Solo I think was about 30 years old, And so if we're going to go about 10 years before, we're looking at an actor who needs to look the part about 20. And I realize he's not going to be quite as, I don't know, I don't want to say stout, that makes him sound fat, but he might not be as adult looking as Harrison Ford circa 1977, but he at least needs to look like he can grow up to be a Harrison Ford looking that way in 1977. And so for several of these actors, the number one is like some of them, like Scott Eastwood's like 30 something too, I think, or late 20s. In any case, like he's just a pretty face. And I think some of these other guys might be able to act the part, but they're not going to physically look the part.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Well, the character Percy Jackson is a bit roguish, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking maybe Logan Lerman.
Yeah. But you're right.
And apparently they have to figure this shit out pretty quickly. I just saw something on YouTube where they want to include him in Rogue One.
A cameo in Rogue One. I saw that.
And they got like a month of shooting left.
I don't think that's going to work, man. I just, and especially like Rogue One, how many years before, I think that must be a rumor, because Rogue One's supposed to take place not that long before A New Hope. And from what I'm understanding about this movie, what they want to do with this Han Solo movie is they want to set it 10 years before. Sticking in some actor right there probably isn't the best idea. And we have a list. You've compiled a list that I wholeheartedly agree with to suggest for casting for Disney. Should they be listening to episode 6 of Kinky Tauntaun, they will hear the truth. Yes, of course.
Should they be listening? Yes, they should.
Okay. So start us off there, guy.
Well, number 3, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, that's the guy from the kid from Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah, but he got yoked. He grew up.
Well, he's also English, isn't he? Like in real life?
Oh, really?
I think so.
I did not know that. Well, he does a fine English accent, so that wouldn't. I was worried about some English actors, because you'll have these actors, and when they're speaking their native accent, they're brilliant, and then you see them in something where they're having to throw on an American accent, and then you can tell it's a bit of a struggle for them. The acting quality goes down a bit.
Maybe some
he pulls
degree,
it off.
But no, he pulls it off very well.
And he doesn't look anything like Han, but I think he definitely could play the rogue.
Yeah, I think he's got the rogue. He's got the physicality. He's got the smarminess, the quirkiness. I think
the comedy.
I think that is actually an excellent suggestion.
Yeah, he has the comedy timing and the action ability. Shit, I don't know. I think most of the people I put on here
early mid-20s.
Yeah.
Which would actually make sense. No, man, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, because he's done with Avengers now, obviously.
Oh wait, was he Quicksilver?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Oh,
remember?
Well, I mean, I remember that Quicksilver didn't make it, but I don't think I realized it was this actor.
Yeah, it was him.
Oh yeah, he did get pretty built up then, didn't he?
Yeah. Have you seen that picture? I think I showed it to you. It's from Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Kick-Ass 2, he was pretty ripped.
Yeah, but it's from the first Kick-Ass. It's like the moment you realize Quicksilver's standing next to Quicksilver.
Oh, I got you. Weird.
All right, number 2.
I have to admit that I saw
Anthony Ingruber.
Yeah, Anthony Ingruber, who is a Canadian actor, very much an unknown quantity. And I saw somebody post about this very shortly after Disney released this casting list. And, I'm a sucker for some clickbait, so I clicked on it, and then I watched the YouTube video of this guy. And apparently it's several years old, so even before we knew that there was a Han Solo young Han Solo movie coming out, this was already, this kid already put it up there, and then subsequently kind of got into acting and has sort of gotten himself a little bit of an in into the industry. So he's not inexperienced.
I put the clip up on the Kinky Tauntaun Tumblr.
Yes, and so
everyone wants to go see it.
He pulls off the A New Hope Harrison Ford Han Solo flawlessly. And
have you seen the Indiana Jones one? Where he plays both Sean Connery and Harrison Ford.
He does that marvelously, man. It's so if this kid can act, for fucking crying out loud, you have to give him this job.
Well, he played a young version of Harrison Ford's character in The Age of Adeline already.
Yeah.
So he's already played a young Harrison Ford. I mean, come on.
Right. So it's the precedent is set, and that's the other thing. We're going to talk about some Indiana Jones later, but like maybe we can have him for 2 franchises and not just 1.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but at the very, very least, consider him for Indiana.
Oh, see, this note that you sent me, you've given me like a side-by-side comparison of a young Harrison Ford with this Anthony Ingruber, and you're damn spot on, man.
Actually, I found that online. I didn't create that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, but it looks pretty damn close.
Yeah,
like you almost. I mean, obviously, we can't quite clone Harrison Ford yet, so this is the next best thing.
Yeah, but some family just did clone two pets from the same dog.
All right, that's it, man. We're doing Harrison Ford next. Fuck you guys. Y'all gonna have to take a waiting number. We're cloning Harrison Ford next.
And my number 1, because he has, it was a tough choice between Anthony Ingruber and my number 1 because, like I said, Anthony's slightly unknown, and
right.
Pretty sure he can act. But
I also think that they should go with an unknown for this. I mean, Disney surely can't be, because the list they put out, they're all known actors for the most part. Some of them are a little bit under the radar, but they're all known. And it's like, why? Han Solo, the character, sells the movie. You can put an unknown in there and not have to worry about it.
True.
You don't need a big name to sell this movie. The Han Solo sells
my
it.
number one is a known. I don't know how well he's known, but he's
pretty well known.
Dylan O'Brien. Some people might know him as Stiles Stilinski from Teen Wolf, or Thomas from the Maze Runner franchise.
I think that is also a good choice. And so if we were forced to go with a known quantity, I think you're right. You're spot on, dude. I actually like that choice a lot.
I've seen all the ranges of emotion, from through his various characters. Yeah. I've seen all the ranges of emotion. He can pull it off.
He's of all the people, I mean, on the list that Disney put out, like nobody has that impish rogue quality, but Dylan O'Brien does.
Oh yeah.
Like I could see him pulling off a Han Solo moment pretty well.
Yeah, and he doesn't look anything like him, but like you said, some of the pictures, he does have that roguish quality about him.
That's it. I mean, it's the charisma more than anything.
Oh yeah, and he's probably the best actor on the whole series of Teen Wolf. I mean, he's definitely the funniest.
Yeah, although I'm not really. I've only watched the first 2 seasons.
First, what? How many seasons?
I think the first 2 seasons, maybe 3.
First 2. Yeah. Well, in one of the seasons, he actually gets invaded by this evil spirit, and he plays a bad guy, and it's actually pretty creepy.
Really?
So.
Really? Yeah. I might have to start watching that again. Is it on Netflix again yet?
I don't know. I have to check.
Okay.
But anyways, as I was looking through all of these, I also found a picture that somebody put with Mark Hamill and Anton Yelchin right next to each other.
Yeah.
So if they ever wanted to do a movie with
a younger Luke Skywalker movie. I feel you.
Yes, I mean it's pretty damn spot on.
Anton Yelkin's actually a great actor as well.
Yes, and I was considering him for Han Solo, but no, I like my other choices better.
Yeah, he's too gangly.
Too little.
Indeed. All right, man. Is there anything else we want to say about this Han Solo business? Do we have any? Well, like I said, I don't even think Disney knows what the hell this story is going to be. I think the one thing they've actually come out and said is it's not going to be an origin story. So we're not going to get like little kid Han, building his own version of C-3PO on some desert planet or anything.
Is it going to be him at the Imperial Academy?
See, that's what I'm hoping. I hope it's just like it's a Chewie and Han movie. Like this is how they meet kind of thing.
But did they ever establish that as canon, or is it just in the the heretical books now that he went to the Acrylian Academy?
I'm trying to think all the way back. I think it's in one of the novelizations of the books.
Ah, okay.
Where it's referred to that, like how they met. I want to say yeah, but I'm not 100% positive about that.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway,
him stealing the Millennium Falcon.
Well, no, he's got to win it from
Lando.
Lando.
That's true.
So, like,
sorry.
I could, that's what if it's just the intro of the movie is how he left the academy and rescued Chewie, and then they're striking out on their own, having a really rough time of things until they finally win the Millennium Falcon, and that's kind of like what the setup of this whole movie is how he gets the Falcon.
All right.
Because you could have like a young Lando. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, geez, we have to discuss who's going to play young Lando at some point, right?
That would be a tough one. Just as long as it's that not Michael B. Jordan.
Is that the one from Fantastic Four now?
Yes, he's the latest Human Torch, and he's in Creed. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take that back. He would actually be a good choice for it.
Because he was good in Creed?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, but looks interesting. All right, I think that's about all we can say about it.
All right. Han Solo done. On.